the instant remedy for overthinking and ADHD. This is something you've actually never heard before spoken about in this way, but the answer was in front of you actually this whole time. I'm going to be sharing a secret technique that has truly changed my life as someone with ADHD. Now, I am currently in Madrid, España. Over here helping my sister move in to her new house for university. And so it is 9:30 a.m. right now. And I woke up 6:30 a.m. I had breakfast and I came back to my room and I did this secret technique that has basically prepped me for the day ahead. There's so much on my plate right now. I have courses to film, meetings with my team, organizing some merch for the community, other meetings with people I'm going to collaborate with. I have to help my sister with a bunch of stuff, and there's a lot going on right now. And so, how do I navigate this overactive mind and actually live in peace and harmony and ultimately fulfillment? I'll show you how. And this secret technique I'm about to share will honestly change your life. It is a secret technique that you've probably heard a lot about, but haven't really understood in the way that I'm going to explain to you right now. And I want to explain this to you in an analogy. So if your conscious mind and your conscious awareness were to be depicted as a lake, right? Thoughts that you have that you can't really control would be rocks being thrown into the lake. And you can't control these rocks being thrown into your lake. What you can do is you can control the ripples within this lake. Now, when you actually find yourself in overthinking or this ADHD tendency of thinking of so many things at the same time, what happens is these rocks are being thrown into the lake and the ripples actually cause more ripples. And so that is why when you find yourself in a thought, it actually leads you to another thought, which leads you to another thought, which leads you to another thought. And while you probably hear that the solution to this is meditating and clearing your mind, you don't actually want to clear your mind. What you do want to do is have your mind clear itself. And so with this secret technique I'm about to share, you will have your mind actually clear itself. Because what is happening when you have an overactive mind, when you're overthinking, when you find yourself overthinking, is that your mind is trying to process thoughts. And what most of us do is we run away from processing these thoughts. And how this looks like is, if we have a lot of thoughts on our mind, a lot going on, we pull out our phone, we scroll TikTok, we go on Candy Crush, chess, whatever it is. I find myself doing this sometimes. When I find myself overthinking, I want to run away from that and just play some chess. But that actually does not help our mind process these thoughts and these ripples. And so what happens is we begin to suppress these thoughts, and we don't allow our mind to process anything. And so this ultimately leads us to the waters taking us to places that are unintended and undesired. So I hope you understand the importance of controlling your mind and mastering your superpowers, because I truly believe that ADHD and an overactive mind is a superpower only if you know how to use it. And so, without further ado, this secret technique is something I just did 30 minutes ago. And what I did was, I had my breakfast and I came up to my room and there was a lot going on in my head. What I did was I pulled up my phone and I looked up for a 2-minute timer with a bell that goes off every 2 minutes. And so what I do is I literally lay down and I allow my brain to overthink and process any unprocessed thoughts. I still my mind. I could look at the ceiling. I could close my eyes, whatever it is. You could even fall asleep. I don't give a fuck. That's the issue. That's the issue with meditation, actually. A lot of people tell you that you're not allowed to sleep. You're just allowed to clear your mind. If you want to sleep, fall asleep using the secret technique. Fucking do it. That's what's best for you at that moment. And so I sit down and the bell goes off first time. My mind is still, but then 30 seconds in, I find myself in this ripple. And one thought leads to a next. And then by the time the other bell goes off, I'm like, oh shit, let me go back to the present moment. And so that whole process of overthinking, allowing your mind to overthink and clear itself, and then going back to the present moment and realizing that you are still, you are on this bed and the bell has gone off. That process for me goes on for about 8 minutes, so 4 bells, and then by the time that's done, I find myself super clear-headed. And all of these unprocessed thoughts actually sometimes lead me to breakthrough moments, insights, ideas, and I just find myself very clear-headed and in flow state. I want you to try this out, and if you do have any breakthrough moments, ideas, or insights from this technique, I want you to leave them down in the comment section so that you can show us and the rest of the people watching how powerful this secret technique is. So, anyways, I'll see you in the next one.